Look at that little butt. Fertilized by a male in the wild. So she copulated with a male.
Oh, you can clearly see those veins right there. How cool is that? Baby tortoises.
Everybody, welcome back to Josh McNearl and Reptiles. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I am so excited to finally get those little baby pancake tortoises set up in the enclosure that you watched me set up last week. It's kind of the next day for me now, but the magic of video editing. So today we are also going to be candling some Holmes Hingeback tortoise eggs that I have cooking in my incubator here, which I'm really excited to share with you guys, and I just can't wait till they hatch, fingers crossed. So before we get going, I ask that you please subscribe and hit that bell notification if you want to follow along on a future journey here at Josh McNearl's Reptiles. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you don't. Leave a comment on what you might want to see in future videos. With that being said, let's get right to it. I'm excited to put these guys in their new home. So this thing might look drastically different than the last time you saw it. I kept going back and forth on whether I wanted to do them separate or together. And the deciding factor wound up being the fact that I'm one outlet short on my power strip. So rather than get a new power strip and maybe risk a fire, I'm just kind of decided to take the barrier out and make one enclosure with like 5 hides. Or 6. So there's one nice big hide there, another big hide there, another big hide there, and then 2 secondary hides up there. And I put some nice leaf litter on the floor, and they have a little bit of a puntia cactus. So enough jibba jabba, let's get them set up. Here's the first one. Sorry, this is hard to do with one hand. Praise Camp Kennan for all the hard work he does. That's insanity. Here we go. And of course, being pancake tortoises, they're just gonna probably run right to their hides. Yeah. I figured maybe they explore their enclosure. Maybe they will. Kind of doubtful. Oh, he sees that pancake tortoise over there eating food. He's like, hey. I might wind up putting like a decorative like photos here of like the desert, just so they don't see each other. But I'm really excited to set these guys up. They're so cute. I love these pancake tortoises. They're such a fun species, and they are so cute when they're small. I always forget how small they start when I get them. I mean, this guy over here was about that big when I got her about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. So cute. Another one's over there, probably enjoying the heat under the basking lamp. I'd like to see them eat, but I probably won't. Honestly, I might just stick a single Missouri tortoise pellet in there, give them something softer to chew on. It is the wintertime, so the Apuntia is a little crunchier than normal. If you got a nice fresh Apuntia pad that's like new growth in the spring or summer, those are much softer for them to chew. But I figured I'd try, maybe give something to work their beaks with, work those neck muscles. But if they even decide to bother with it. He's trying to get up there. Come on, you can do it. Good. Come on, you can do it. I got no talk about it. It's so cute. Look at that little butt. All right. Now on to some tortoise eggs. So this is a room I have never shown off on the channel before, mainly because back then I just used it for storage. Now I have a bunch of canixes in here that I've established as wild-caught animals. I'm really proud of this collection. It's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears put into these guys, but I've had over a 90% success rate establishing wild-caught canixes. And if you know anything about like the history of these animals and then having them established from the wild, 90% success rate is like flip-flop of the norm. Most people have like, they buy like 100 of them, set them up in one big enclosure. just have like 1 or 2 survive, and they'd sell those for like, 10 times the price each that they paid for, so they make their money back plus some. So it's ridiculous, the history of these guys, how many have been brought into the country with how few surviving animals there are. They live in the collections of people like Jeremy Thompson and Tom Arbor. All the Connixus people, like, they basically have what's left of these poor animals, and they're still being brought into the country today just to be sold to pet shops and die. So every time I see them, I'm like, ugh. I feel compelled. I've kind of reached my cap on them unless I find more Arosa, but they're probably not coming into the country very much anymore. I love these guys, and I will get now to the meat of the bone, the female in the room. So this big beautiful Connixus homiana girl is the one who laid the eggs I have cooking in my incubator that I'm about to show you right now. But I have a cool fact about those eggs that I wanted to share real quick. This girl here has never actually been with a male the entire time that she's been with me, up until about a month ago. And for reference, those eggs were laid about 2 months ago. So it is certain that those eggs were fertilized by a male in the wild. So she copulated with a male in the wild potentially a couple seasons ago, and we know they retained sperm for a long time, and laid those eggs in her quarantine bin long before she was ever put in with a male here in captivity. It is really cool for me to think that the father of those eggs could very well still be trotting around the wilds of Africa, hopefully evading becoming turtle soup or being shipped off to other foreign countries like this girl has. But those babies will contribute to turtle and tortoise preservation here in the United States. Hopefully these tortoises will be enjoyed for future generations to come through their bloodline. And it's wonderful to think that their father is still out there, potentially fertilizing more eggs and continuing their lineage out in the wild. So with that being said, I just wanted to share how cool that might be. Now let's get right to the meat of the video, my beautiful little eggs I have cooking. I can't wait to meet those babies.
Right. So the moment you've all been waiting for. Dirt. There's some eggs in this dirt. Yep, there we go. I knew I wasn't mentally ill. Putting dirt in the fridge for no reason. A fridge that I keep warm. There we go. There was reason to my madness door. There we have 3 beautiful, fertile Connixus homiana eggs. Now, I don't know how well we're gonna see these guys candle here in the light. Now, first I'm gonna turn off my ring light. Let's see how the natural light, we might be able to get a good candling just on the natural light. So here, you see that blob there? That's the tortoise, I believe, or a cluster of veins. But I think that's the baby tortoise right there. It's probably a little too bright out. Oh, you can hear a snake eating. But probably a little too bright out to see it super well, and these eggs are dirty. I am incubating them just how I keep the females. I'm incubating them peat moss that I keep at like the same humidity I keep my adults, which is pretty humid. There's the baby tortoise right there. You can even see some veins coming off. So excited to see these guys. Every time I check them, that little blob gets bigger and bigger. More eggs right here. More eggs. One more egg. This one here. Oh, you can clearly see those veins right there. How cool is that? Baby tortoise is critically endangered tortoise. I'm so excited. This makes me feel like a little kid on Christmas. Digging up these eggs and then seeing those veins. Every time I come in here and see that they're developing, they're looking so nice. Every time I look at them, they look a little more developed, and it excites me every single time. So I am incubating them currently at 80 degrees even. They are in just straight peat moss and I bury them in the peat moss. Just like the female would. I just keep them nice and the same orientation. I keep them at a stable 80 degrees because the females, my adults in that room, they don't have any heat lamps. I keep the Canucks at like room temperature. So at night they get down sometimes to like 65 degrees and then in the day they're like 80. Kind of like it might be in the wild if they're buried under the foliage. So, but these eggs, I'd rather incubate at a nice stable temperature. I want to make sure I get as many of them hatch as possible if I'm gifted with fertile eggs, because I've gotten eggs before that were not fertile. So hopefully this is the magic dirt that produces baby turtles for me. Now on to the outro.
All right, that's about it for today's video, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. I appreciate you for tuning in. If you liked the video, please like it. If you disliked it, hit that dislike button. Leave some feedback on why you clicked what you clicked, and maybe some suggestions of what you want to see in the future. It's very likely you'll see your suggestion in a future video. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I had a great time watching those baby pancake tortoises explore their new enclosure, sharing Canucks facts, and watching those little baby tortoises inside the egg. How magical is that? They're critically endangered animals I have cooking in my incubator. It's like a dream come true. And at that, I want to say, remember, follow whatever excitement ignites the passion you have in your soul, because it'll take you where you need to be. I promise. I love you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.